What's up? This is Josh from the band Halestorm. You're listening to Morgan Richards on Radio Cardiff.
Hey, I'm Morgan Richards from Radio Cardiff, 98.7 FM. I'm extremely pleased to say that I'm backstage at the Great Hall music venue here in Cardiff. I'm joined by a band that can only be described as those Grammy award-winning, apocalyptic, love-biting, all-around mayhem royalty of rock and roll. From York County, Pennsylvania, it's of course Josh of Halestorm.
That was an amazing introduction. Thank you. Good to be here.
Yeah, good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely.
So how's things?
Wonderful. We've been over here just over 2 weeks now, and having a great time. We've seen some new places. The tour kicked off in Ireland, so that was really cool. We always love getting to new places and playing in front of new people. But yeah, the tour's just been above and beyond what we could have expected. We're just having such a great time.
Okay, oh, awesome. So of course you guys are now getting everything ready into place to finally release your long-awaited third studio album, Into the Wildlife, in just a couple of weeks' time on April the 13th from Atlantic Records, with already having some killer response leading up to it with some of the singles topping rock charts worldwide. I'm sure you guys are all just really dying to get this new record out and now for people to hear it, just how much hard work and improvement you've tried to do things differently to get to really to the next level of sound.
Absolutely. We can't wait for people to hear it. We're every time, you know, a single is about to be released, we're just over the moon excited, and as we are now, we can't wait. This album, unlike the first two, we took a very different approach on it, which was a bit nerve-wracking at first, you know, go with a new producer, an entirely new recording situation, but it was so amazing. It was such an amazing experience, and this is by far our best work yet.
Oh, fantastic. And as you said there, this time around with Into the Wildlife, you guys have really tried a different approach in writing and recording, making it a performance space and trying to capture that raw energy and sound of your wild live performances without trying to put any extra makeup or effects, with it being really a comfortable surrounding.
Exactly. I mean, we got in there, we recorded the album in a church in East Nashville. So, you know, the main room is just wide open, and we kind of look around and say, where do you want us to set up? And we set up in a circle right in the middle, and the four of us just started jamming out. The first song we recorded was Mayhem. It was just really exciting work on that, and just kind of get the ball rolling with that, get the sounds correct, and it was just that. Most of the record that you hear is just that. It's us playing live, and then maybe Joe would go back and try a different guitar solo, or a producer who was jamming right along with us at his keyboard station, you know, organs and you name it. We just kind of put in some other ideas, add them into another live recording, whatever. But I didn't know that albums were so recorded like that, because our previous two were just a, you know, very assembly line put together, which is very effective, and I think industry standard in a lot of ways for bands recording in studio. It's fast and effective and sounds great, and it was really fun to just take this approach and essentially get closer to what we do best and pride ourselves on, and that's our live show.
And as I said, listening to the current singles released leading up to it, it seems the record really contains a big mixture of elements between that classic big hard rock vibes and choruses with some of the most heavy and really pounding metal riffs you've ever produced, especially in the track Mayhem.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great example of a heavy riff, and there's quite a few on the album, and I feel like it's more, when you say like metal, it's more pays homage to old metal, as in that it's not 1,000 notes in a riff and we really stepped away from trying to play crazy riffs like Love Bites. The bridge in that is to this day still hard for me to play like live. I'm like, geez, let's not make any more riffs like this. But yeah, there's a lot of it's heavy in weight. It's that sort of heavy, coupled with space. I think there's a lot of space. I mean, if you listen to Amen, there's so much air just, you know, within each note. Brings the song to life, you know. It's like, what? The song's breathing.
And as you've already mentioned, you guys recorded the album last year in Nashville with the incredible producer Jay Joyce, who's worked with some top artists over the years. But one thing I actually wanted to talk to with the process is that with the guitars, it was actually the first time that you guys had ever brought all the gear you collected over the years into the studio to record with you. Is that just a sign of how relaxed and excited you were to record this time around?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I guess how it came about is, well, first it was in Nashville. We sort of moved our headquarters, Halestorm headquarters, to Nashville. All our gear was there, and when we were discussing, you know, sort of our plan of attack, we sort of asked, like, well, what do you want us to bring? Do you want us to bring guitars? Like, well, bring your amps, bring what you got. Let's hear what you have, and we'll adjust from there if we have to. And so the gear that we use on stage is what was used in the studio, and had moved there, so we had all of our guitars there, just wheeled the whole damn circus in and set it up. When we were in LA recording the first two, we brought a lot of stuff, but mainly it was our guitars, our go-to guitars. Yeah. If we needed anything else, it was what they had at the studio or rented if we had to. So yeah, that definitely contributed to it feeling more comfortable and more just at home.
Oh, awesome. And of course, you guys have just recently finished the UK leg of your current, really almost world tour in support of the record, leading you to a very busy right up until the end of August without a break. But I'm sure you guys are just so excited to really live off the road this year and play all these new songs. We
really are. I mean, just going into the few that we're playing in our set right now, it's incredibly exciting, and we're now all going back and just sort of relearning the songs, but retooling them so that they translate live. So yeah, we're super excited to just get the ball rolling, get this album out, and just see the world again, see new places, and just play for everyone we possibly can.
And now, while I have you here, I have to mention the fact that back in 2013, you guys, of course, won a Grammy Award for Best Metal Performance with your track Love Bites, beating the likes of Anthrax, Iron Maiden, and Marilyn Manson in the process.
Yeah.
But you guys actually found out that you were nominated at a show on the current tour, and you're so overwhelmed that you had to stop halfway through and just announce it to the crowd.
Yeah, we it was really funny how that came about. We were in Madison, Wisconsin. It was early December, playing at a beautiful theater, a small theater, and we're on stage, and our guitar tech is side stage looking at us like a deer in headlights. Just what, man? What's wrong? It was the funniest look ever, and it just so happens the band was walking off stage, except for Lizzie, who was going to play Break In on the piano, and so we made our way towards him, just with total confused look, like wondering what the hell is happening. And she started chatting with the crowd, and he tells us, Mike, our sound guy, just told me that you've been nominated for a Grammy. We're like, what? We were so confused and didn't believe it, just total disbelief. And shortly thereafter was Verified, our manager, was calling us, and it ran out before Lizzie started the song, and Joe told her the news, and you would have thought we had won the World Cup, or it was unbelievable. Unbelievable, and just in total disbelief. And that was awesome. We were just cool. We got nominated, but we're up against Iron Maiden and Lamb of God, and there's no way we're gonna win. But this is a great experience, and this is very exciting, and we're happy to go and have some fun. So the outcome was it never really crossed our mind that we actually won.
And it just must have been an amazing, fantastic feeling with that as well.
It doesn't register really when they announced it. They said, and the winner is Love Bites, Halestorm, and you're expecting to hear the winner is I don't know, but it took seconds, which felt like forever, to realize that it wasn't in fact us that they announced, and we were just so confused. Again, it was like winning the World Cup or something, I don't know. And just made our way down, and the rest of the day was just a blur of complete disbelief that we were there and had walked away with a Grammy. It's awesome.
And now just a couple more quick things before you go. Of course, as I mentioned there, you guys are going to be very busy now all year, touring non-stop off this record.
Yeah.
But what else can we expect from Halestorm now in the near future?
Well, that's the easiest expectation is expect us to be on tour for I would say 2 years easy, just sort of making our way around the world, otherwise hopefully we acquire some more fans along the way, and that's the goal, and sort of continue to up our show, up our production, and our overall performance, and what we bring to the stage every night. That's the plan. Is music wise, we're just getting the ball rolling on this, so I think we'll have a better idea of what, if anything, we will release once this album comes out. Yeah, it's really exciting time right now.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, fantastic. Well, that's about it. Cheers to taking time out to have a quick chat with me.
Likewise. Thank you for talking with me as well. Yeah.
No worries. Best of luck now with the release of the album and all your touring this year, and hopefully I can catch up with you again very soon.
I look forward to it.